literal words. So we have a lot of examples of that, but for this unit that we're going through right now, we're going to go over 3 different kinds of figurative language. We're going to go over similes, metaphors, and idioms. Similes and metaphors are very similar. It's very easy to get those two confused, but we're going to work together to make sure that we don't get those confused, okay? So, we made you guys some charts, or I made you guys some charts. So the first thing we're going to go over is a simile, and I'm going to walk around and show you this because it's kind of small, but a simile compares 2 unlike things using the words like or as. So we're comparing 2 things. Yes, Bruce? Yeah. Exactly. So, similes, they compare 2 things that are not alike using what I like to call buzzwords. So our buzzwords, the words we're going to be looking for when we are looking for a simile, are going to be like or as. Who can tell me what our 2 buzzwords are going to be? Mr. Bruce? Like or as. Exactly. So, some examples of a simile. I said, if someone is as busy as a bee, they are not actually a bee, are they? Flying around? No. But that could mean that they're very busy. They work a lot. They're always on the go. They're as busy as a bee, because bees like to work. Another example I put on here is as cool as a cucumber. As cool as a cucumber. Does anybody know what someone means when they say that someone is as cool as a cucumber? Mr. Ohm? Yes, but what do you think that means? They're cool. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go a little deeper with that. What do you think, Sadie? Calm. Yeah, calm, without stress. Something my mom always said to me when I was really stressed about homework or something with school. She'd say, you need to calm down. You need to get as cool as a cucumber. As cool as a cucumber. So, one more time. When we're looking for a simile, we have 2 buzzwords we're always going to look for. Those words are what? Say it all together. Like or as. Great job, guys. All right. Now, moving on. We're going to get into a metaphor. So a metaphor also compares 2 unlike things, but we have a different buzzword, and that buzzword is. The word is. Something is a metaphor. It says one thing is the other thing. So we're still comparing 2 things that are not alike, but instead of like or as, we're using the word is. That is our buzzword for a metaphor. So our buzzword for a metaphor is what? Is. Our buzzwords for a simile are what? Like or as. Great job, guys. So some examples of a metaphor. If I were to say, this class is a zoo. This class is a zoo. Does that mean that you guys are running around like monkeys or like, it's okay, like monkeys or like lions? Class. Can you believe this? Thank you, Sawyer. I am just feeling so blue. I'm so blue.
You actually?
All right. Yes, let's give the whole class a round of applause. Very good job. Very good job. All right, let's check our leaderboard. We got Sawyer, Cody, and Ayla. Okay. Let's move on back over what we learned on Monday. We're going to go over similes first. And what do similes do? What do similes do, Ayla?
Compare using like or as.
They compare 2 things using like or as. Great job. And who can give me an example of a simile? An example of a simile, Jackson?
I like waffles better than pancakes.
You used like, which was very appreciated. You used a buzzword. So not quite. Oh, come on in. See, an example of a simile, Bruce.
I like that.
We're comparing two things using like or as. Comparing two things, Sadie. As cool as a cucumber, yeah. So that used as, and it compared me being cool to a cucumber, which is kind of weird. Cucumbers are cool, they're usually cold. All right, moving on to our metaphor. And here's how to play. For every slide, Miss Whitten will play parts of some songs that you may or may not know. It's up to you to figure out if the song lyrics show us a simile, a metaphor, or an idiom. Then you're going to use your paper that I passed out to you guys, and you're going to arrange the titles of the songs into the section that you think it matches the most. And we're going to do this together. So we're going to review every song that we go over. We're going to discuss it together as a group. All right. While we're discussing, we're going to discuss with you guys. While we're deciding what figurative language it is when I play you the songs, we're going to do that on our own. Because I want to see what everyone thinks individually before we discuss as a group. All right? We're going to have 3 rounds with 3 songs in each round. So that's 9 songs in total. Okay? All right. Are we ready? We're going to get tricky during this round. Okay? We're going to have to use our critical thinking, our higher level thinking, but I think you guys can do it. And we're going to discuss together. Okay? All right. Yes, Yes, you have to use more brain cells. All right. I knew Jax would appreciate this one. All right, this one's not as loud either, so we'll have to listen closely. Ready? Okay.
This always turns on my dad's radio.
All right.
All the time.
Really? I love this song because I love Taylor Swift. Y'all know that. All right. I'm going to play it one more time. What are we thinking, Sydney? Metaphor. What about you, Cody? Metaphor. What about you, Bristol? Metaphor. What about you, Bree? Metaphor. It's a metaphor! Because it uses is. It compares 2 things. Just fills me with so much joy, guys, that you understand. Love Taylor Swift like I do. Fills my heart with joy. All right. Next song. All right. What are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking, Bristol? I think it's an idiom. What do you think, Jackson?
Metaphor?
Metaphor. What about you, Sadie? An idiom. What do you think, Ayla? Idiom. Give me a little drum roll. It is a metaphor. Allow me to explain why it's a metaphor.
Wait, what?
Okay.
You said it has a in it.
Okay. So, your is a contraction, right?
Yeah. I hear you.
You are. Are is a plural form of what word? Is, right? You say it's a group of things. You don't say y'all is. You say y'all are, right?
I had to use a
So, talking about that higher level thinking, we kind of had to go into some layers right here. That means that it is a metaphor. Yeah, it is a metaphor. That's a great job though, and I'll give Jackson a high five because he said that it was a metaphor. That was great higher level thinking, Jackson. Okay.
I was not saying that. Please. I used to listen to this like yeah, same.
All right. Play it one more time. I love Elvis, guys.
I like his song, I've heard him.
I don't doubt it.
He's really good. Everybody likes his song.
All right.
Elvis is the king of rock.
He is the king of rock. What we thinking, Jackson? An idiom? What we think is idiom? A metaphor. All right. What we think, Jax? Metaphor. What about you, Bree? Metaphor. It is also a metaphor.
Yes!
Okay. Ain't is not a word, right? But what would we replace the word ain't with to make it correct? Lele. Not quite. What do we think, Taryn? Not quite. What do you think, Ayla? Aren't. Yeah, aren't. Isn't or aren't. In this case, it would be aren't, so you're right. So are not, right? Are is a plural form of what word? Is, which is our buzzword for a metaphor. So that makes it a metaphor. Great job, guys. Great job. It's some figurative language sayings, okay? So number 1, that storm outside is loud. It must be blank, blank, and blank. What do you think, Jax? Raining cats and dogs. Great job, Jax. Great job. And what out of the 3, what figurative language do we have on our hands here, Taryn? An idiom, right? You're exactly right. It's an idiom. All right, we're going to see how all of these things are similar and how they're different. And this will be on your test. So we're going to take some guided notes today. So everybody hold up the paper that you have in front of you. This is what you're going to take your guided notes on. If you notice, on your page, we have a lot of blanks. On these blanks, you're going to be filling in what's on our slides. They may or may not be highlighted. They will be highlighted. The words will be highlighted as we go through the PowerPoint together. Okay? When you see the blanks, you have to match it to the statement on the slide and write the missing words on your sheet. And then we're going to do some practice problems on the back. I'm going to let you work in groups. Not right now, but when we do our practice problems later. But just be thinking when we fill out these guided notes, we're going to be doing a lot of review. How are similes and metaphors similar? How are they different? As if you look at your number 1 on your page, you can see that the highlighted words are what you'll put in the blanks on your page. So for number 1, a simile compares two unlike things using the buzzwords like or as. Okay, go ahead. Y'all can get your score. You're going to tell me what kind it is and why. This is a what, because, why. And I'll give you just a minute to work within your groups. Y'all can discuss.
Yeah, but also because it's not having a buzzword.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. Yes, Eva.
I put it's video because it doesn't compare things and the cat and
That's awesome. Yes. It sounded like someone off the door. But yes, Ayla, you are exactly right. And you can write that as well. If you said it compares two things and it's not meant to be taken seriously for any of those, that also works. All right.